One of the things we're really focusing on in this market is putting a lot more emphasis and weight on the active properties on the market, not necessarily the stuff that has sold, okay? I did a quick study yesterday, and it's funny that in Niceville, list to sale price ratio for homes that closed in the last 60 days is like 5%, right? Go tell a seller right now that they're gonna have to negotiate 5% off of list price, because that's what's happening and that's what the average is in the market. That's gonna be a tough sell unless you've got the empirical data to be able to show them, show your value, because you've done the homework and you can properly articulate and explain what is going on with the market. So by looking at the active properties on the market, think about this if you're going to list your home. If there are 10 homes on the market, not all exactly like yours, but let's say that they are comps, they're comparable homes, okay? Let's cut that number down. Let's just stick with 3. Let's say there's 3 houses and they're very similar. Same number of bedrooms, same number of bathrooms, very close on the square footage, roofs about the same age, AC, all the stuff, right? All the houses are updated. Where are you gonna position your home on the market if you need to be moved to Dallas or wherever within 2 months or 3 months? Where are you gonna put your house on that market? I know what you want to say. You want to say, well, I'll price it here because that means I'll make the most amount of money. And if I don't get any offers, then I'll just drop the price. That's not the right thought process in the current market. For lack of a better terms, we're in a race right now to be the fastest, most competitive property on the market. And what does that mean? Positioned at the middle or at the bottom. Be the most attractive house, because a lot of things can happen when you're the most attractive house. Your days on market go down dramatically. Why is that helpful for you as a seller? Because you now have certainty, right? There's a lot of fear in selling your home, but now you have the certainty of going under contract quickly, and now you can be focusing on moving to Dallas or wherever it may be, right? Pricing the home competitively in the market or on the lower end means you're gonna be more attractive to buyers. You'll be probably more likely to get list price for your home, and probably be more likely to then have to give up concessions, okay? Now, the most active days for a property when it comes on the market is that first 5 to 7 days that it's new to the market. That's when you have the most showings, okay? And as the days continue to go down, or longer days on the market, it's like a bell curve. It goes like this, right? All the showings are up here from day 1, 5, 6 showings maybe if you're lucky, and then day 4, day 5, day 6, the showings start to go down because people have already seen it. It's not new. It's kind of getting old and stale on the market, if you will. What happens then? What's the only thing that a seller can do in that position? Drop the price. And now what are you doing? You're dropping your price to chase the buyer that are actively moving away from your property because they're going on to the next one. And you're dropping your price trying to re-attract them or attract new eyeballs, right? But at that point, when you could have just priced it competitively from day 1, now you've made 1, maybe 2, like let's say it's 45 days in, and now we're getting closer to you having to be where you need to be. So now we're making even bigger price adjustments. Then if you would have just been market smart, I just came up with that, market smart, and priced it more competitively from day 1, you would probably have net more money, because you're gonna be less likely to have to give up concessions, closing costs, and everything else. Plus, you sell that house sooner, you're gonna be making less mortgage payments. If all of a sudden you priced it up here and you got 6 months, but you really you gotta be in Dallas in 2, well guess what? Now you're paying double mortgage payments for 4 months at $2,500. Like there's 10 grand right there, plus your utilities. I mean, why not just take the 10 grand off the top to begin with, be the most attractive, hottest house on the market? Everybody wants to be the hot one, right? This market, the hot one is the cheap one. Realistically, come on. Interest rates are here. What are people buying? Cheaper houses. You got 3 houses on the market, be the cheapest one. It's not giving away your money, it's strategically being smart in marketing to get your home sold in the shortest amount of time while still maximizing the most money possible. Because I know there's different ways we can still stage your home. You can still do other things to maximize that top dollar, but when you position it on the market, it's gotta look like the deal, right? When you walk into a store and you see the red flags and it says sale, like, what do you do when you see that? Do you run the other way and go over here like, I'm gonna go look at the full price stuff? No, most people are gonna be attracted to that. If you're priced under the competitors, that's gonna pull more eyeballs to your property. It's gonna allow your agent to market it and use it to their advantage to help you get where you want to be in the shortest time possible. By being able to use the marketing, cheapest one on the market. Doesn't mean that the value's not there. You are just a smart home marketer. And that's what this market is going to require. It's going to require a deeper relationship between homeowner and listing agent. That homeowner's got to fully trust their agent in this current market. Trust that they're gonna be the guide for them and they're going to tell them the truth. We've probably lost more listings here lately because of our honesty. And guess what? I'd rather have that than overpromise and underdeliver, right? We're telling people the way it is. The worst thing you can do right now as a home seller, the worst, is go off of that CMA or that appraisal or whatever you had that is older than, let's say, I hate to say it, but probably 60 to 90 days, right? And it's not that the market is crashing, it is adjusting. It's adjusting to the number of buyers that are currently out there shopping. When you have less buyers, prices can't continue to skyrocket up at the rate they were going. Something's gotta give. So you may still see some of those prices that you think are absurd, but if you look at the details of what that potential seller is willing to give, that says a lot too. They may be asking more, but like behind the scenes on the agent notes, they may be giving $20,000 towards your closing costs or a brand new roof, brand new air conditioner. Like, this is the market where listing agents have to be creative. So you need a creative agent working for you to make sure that you're not just gonna be the old 1982, wear a suit, sit at your office and wait for the phone to ring. Oh, I put a sign in the yard. I'm just gonna sit here and pray that somebody calls the number on it and I can answer it. Like, is that the kind of agent you want in this market? Or do you want the guy who's gonna go like, look, this is the truth, here's where we're at, here's 1, 2, 3 options, 3 things we can do to try to hit your goal. It's up to you what you wanna do. I'm just gonna lay out the roadmap and you tell me which way to drive the car, right? There's several different ways to get there. But if you've only got the agent who's like plugging it into Google right now, and there's no such thing as Apple Maps, where it's only Google and we are going this way, this is how we're gonna do it because this is how real estate's been done for the last 90 years, you're probably going down a road to failure. Maybe it's a cliff and your car's gonna go out of this crashing burn. No, but you need to be with the agent who is the most open-minded, the most thought-provoking, that has the best ideas to be creative right now. And I had this talk with my agents. Like, deals are falling apart left and right, more than we've seen in the last couple years. Why? Because the buyers are paying more. They have more skin in the game, so they want the house in better condition than what we've been able to sell a home for the last couple years. If you were a seller the last couple years, you could get away without doing shit. I didn't even tell anybody to paint. Why waste their money? Maybe you can clean up the dog shit over in the corner, but like, that's all you gotta do. Cause clean up the dog shit, take out your trash, we're good. I mean, seriously, like buyers were paying the sellers closing costs. Buyers were paying agents commissions then in that market at times, but those days are gone. So if you're a seller and you're thinking about putting your home on the market, there's this thing called prep work you're gonna need to start doing. When your agent hands you a checklist, if you wanna get the number that you've made up in your head, you're gonna need to do everything on that checklist. You know, it's gonna get to the point where agents are not gonna take the listing if the checklist isn't done. Why? Because I will bet you there will be a lot of agents out of the industry at the end of this year. One, they won't be able to hold the carrying cost for a listing, right? The marketing expenses it takes to have a listing. So do I want to take a listing that is overpriced, doesn't have all the stuff done, doesn't have the paint, they didn't change out the floors, they didn't change out the appliances, new countertops, like those are things you can't skip anymore. If you do, you better be priced accordingly if you want to move the property. But here's the catch too with that. You can lower the price based on condition. The problem is you have to still make sure it's going to be appealing to the buyer, because think about it. If that buyer's now gonna buy a house that, let's say it's $20,000 less because the work needs to be done, but he's now paying $300 a month more for his mortgage payment because interest rates are here, is that house really gonna be appealing to him, even if it's priced less than the others? Or should he just bump up his price point, pay more for the mortgage, and not have to do anything, and not come out even more money out of pocket? Those are things, those are conversations we're having with buyers right now. It's making more sense for them to buy the move-in ready because all of their extra money is already going to the mortgage payment and to insurance. So those are things to think about if you're the seller right now. Positioning your home on the market is not going to work anymore. You have to be in the market. And by in, I mean middle to lower end, okay? Put your ego aside. I don't care what your neighbor's house sold for. I don't care what Zillow says. I don't care what the AVM says. Like, that's an automated valuation model. Basically one of those computer generated pricings, right? Like, none of that matters right now. That's why those things can't keep up with current micro markets. Only agents can. Only agents can pull that accurate information and tell you exactly what your house is worth. So make sure you're getting with the right agent who has an open mind to think of all the different ways to put a deal together. And to circle back around, talking with my agents right now, we're putting our heads together collectively because there's more deals falling apart. So we've got to collectively think about what can we do to keep it together. Like the last couple years, this is no joke. A buyer would get a little bit squirrely, or seller, whatever it may be. They want to cancel. We were just like, okay, send over the lease of cancellation. We'll go sell them another one. You can't do that anymore. You can't do that because guess what? You as a buyer, you may decide you don't want to pursue it anymore. You may get frustrated, right? But as your real estate professional, I know right now, as for the buyers that are out there, now is a better time to buy than we're probably gonna see in the next 12 to 18 to 24 months.